Both Philadelphia and New York have underperformed to this point, and will look to get a big win tonight. With Harden out and Embiid in doubt, our NBA picks are counting on RJ Barrett for a big game on offense. Photo by USA Today Sports. While many teams are approaching the 10-game mark of the season, there have been many ups and downs across the association. The Philadelphia 76ers will face the New York Knicks tonight, as both teams are probably not happy with the current situation. New York hasn't been able to get top production from their big money players, and Philadelphia has to survive without future Hall of Fame guard James Harden. This episode match should be pretty competitive, and with Harden out and Joel Embiid suspicious, we can get into a nice battle between Tyrese Maxey and RJ Barrett. On Friday, November 4th, the 76ers vs. find out the best options with our free NBA betting tips and predictions for the Knicks. Knicks vs. 76ers best odds. Knicks vs. 76ers predictions. It was not an ideal start to the season for either team. After a hot start, the Knicks don't seem to have reliable options on a nightly basis. The 76ers struggled similarly in the early departures, and it only became more relevant with Harden's injury. While he doesn't shoot particularly well, RJ Barrett is confident the Knicks have a choice to offer at this point. Barrett's problem, which will develop outside of his three-point percentage, seems to have hit the ceiling in many ways. There's nothing to show he's improving, but that may not matter in tonight's game, where he faced the 76ers defense and delivered 23.47 points per game to the rival small forwards. Most of the time, Barrett's O/U scores will be around 19.5, covering that in 3 of his first 7 games of the season. Embiid is a suspect for tonight, creating a huge mystery on how to play this game. If the big guy isn't available to protect the paint, Barrett can blow up with his O/U number. Historically, the 76ers' defensive rating is 3 points better with Embiid on the field. Another factor to consider here is the availability of Matisse Thybulle. Thybulle, who is often tasked with guarding the opposing team's best perimeter weapon, could potentially be off the field, or not 100%, causing problems in Philadelphia's efforts to contain Barrett. In 4 games against the 76ers last season, Barrett had 2 more than 20 points, including 30 points last March. These teams know each other well, and Barrett should be able to make a good start tonight while Philly has a few injuries. My best chance, RJ Barrett over 19.5 points. The best NBA bonuses. Looking to place some NBA bets? Here are 2 of the best bonuses * available. A. New users on FanDuel can get their first bet up to $1,000 without breaking a sweat. Sign up now. B. New users to DraftKings can place a $5 bet and get a $200 free bet. Register now * available US locations only. Also, check out the full list of the best sports betting promotions for 2022. Knicks vs. 76ers spread analysis. At first glance, you might wonder why the 76ers are only 3-point favorites over the Knicks. With Harden's return for a month and Joel Embiid's return from a non-COVID illness suspect, Philadelphia is vulnerable to an early season slide that could result in a tough matchup against New York. After the Knicks came out of the gates and earned many points, they cooled off considerably as the skill they faced increased. Embiid or not, they still can't hold on to talent alone with the 76ers, and that should show up again tonight. New York is basically a team that makes no sense and is not a true franchise player. The Knicks are the only team in the NBA this season to score 20 points per game. They wonder if Julius Randle, who has just 9 field goals in the season, than Obi Toppin, can warm up. Philly knows if Embiid, Harden or anyone else has missed the game. This level of continuity and chemistry allowed them to play nearly .500 basketball last season when Embiid was unavailable. I love Philly against the spread here. Knicks 76ers over or under analysis. After an early season scoring debut that seemed almost a dream come true, the Knicks are finally returning to reality. After averaging 123.5 points in their first 4 games, they averaged 105 points in their last 3 games. Wednesday's disappointing 112-99 loss to the Atlanta Hawks was their first game of under 100 points this season. It's hard to predict what the 76ers will look like without Harden on the roster. As the point guard for their offense, he did a fantastic job and led the team to the first and three-pointer on the field. These numbers cannot be sustained when someone as good as Harden leaves the roster. The Knicks seem to have a scare at the start of the season. They are in the lower half of the league in offensive rating, percentage, and three-pointer percentage. A lot of money has been invested in Julius Randle in New York, and he is disappointing 42% off the field. The Knicks don't have the firepower to score big goals every night. I love under here. Knowing the Knicks vs 76ers betting trend. The under are 4-0 in the 76ers last 4 games after an ATS loss. Knicks vs find more NBA betting trends for the 76ers. Knicks vs 76ers game info. Location: Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Date: Friday, November 4, 2022. Notice: 7 o'clock Eastern Time. TV: MSG, NBC Sports Philadelphia. Knicks vs 76ers major injuries. Pages on this topic.